Hey everybody, I should be live. Power went out last night, um, so I guess I'm opening my browsers, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm actually live first. Oh, there you go. Looks like I am. So hello everybody, welcome to Coffee with Chloe in the morning. You can't see my face anymore. Isn't that great? Hopefully, so Ernest, if you'd like to work on this, we're hoping to get the marmaj avatar on these videos instead. And then hopefully eventually maybe change the audio, get some subtitles. Just continue to make the highlight reels just more efficient for people that are trying to learn. So hopefully Lydia will be helping with that, but maybe Monish and others. But yeah, so today I just want to kind of talk a little bit more about the marmaj DAO, the marmaj research DAO, marmajcon. I guess I'm kind of getting a little inspired. Let's just go to the marmaj.org website. But yeah, usually I just go live Monday to Friday for about, up to an hour, hopefully, but hopefully a lot shorter than that. Kind of just trying to support the Marmaj Foundation. Generally trying to do some research or dig into, ways in which to leverage Web3 tech for social good. Generally on the near blockchain, sometimes we dig into Aurora or Ethereum or, other chains and different cryptographic things to touch and play with. But with NearCon coming up, so let's, nearcon.org, which is a conference in Lisbon, trying to build beyond the hype. Very cute. So, you can get tickets. If you hack, you get tickets for free. It's right by the water, the event. It's a few days. You get to hack down there. Woohoo! If you submit a project, you should get your plane tickets paid for. So it's pretty cool, we got funding from the Near Foundation to, have a little hacker house with our team where we're going to be hacking at leveraging Web3 tech for social good, specifically in the realm of NFTs and what it looks like for, for utility NFTs for social good. So, hacker house. And on this page, let's make the page a bit, zoom out a little bit. So from September 11th to 14th in Portugal, in Lisbon, NearCon's happening, as we saw. Boom, boom. Lots of crazy things going on. Parties and, devs, entrepreneurs, creators, regulators. Lots of kind of fun stuff going on with lots of different people, lots of speakers. We know lots of these cool people, which is great. A lot of these people we haven't met in person, so excited to kind of meet some of them. Like Maria, excited to see you. Excited to maybe the baby will kick a little bit. Super excited to see you. Anyways, lots of cool people will be there. Actually, the speaker list is filled out a lot. Nice. So we're excited for NearCon, but even more excited for the Marmaj Hacker House. And so this is kind of how we try and support the Near ecosystem is basically whatever Near's doing, we try and just support it. So we're having a little hacker house where we're trying to mainly support, build on Mintbase specifically for our main hack, but we're trying to really figure out a few things. So we're working at how to define, what social good means at a high level, yes, but for the Marmaj Foundation. Like, what should the Marmaj Foundation be focused on? I have my personal ideas, but I think that as a Web3 based organization and as a organization that's run by a DAO and trying to decentralize its decision making, we also need to decentralize our definition and kind of, have a concrete definition that we organize around, but it should, be derived from as many sources as possible, as long as those sources are, close to our community. So, key community members. So that's what the Hacker House is trying to do, gather these key community members. So, what kind of projects need attention, what kind of support, how do we track all this stuff? So also, analytics and data tracking and measurements and how often we should be tracking these measurements and all that good stuff. So the marmaj and near communities are going to work at practical solutions. So not just what social good means, but how do we actually enact this social good in a meaningful way through something like NFTs. I think NFTs have a lot of use case, and the main use case is just because of the standard. You can do whatever you want with something because it's a standard. It's kind of like it's some silly ones, you know? So the fact that money comes in paper rectangles is a standard. And you can do many things with money, like put it in a wallet all over the world. No matter where you go, you can take your wallet for the most part, right, and put money in it because it all kind of fits and everyone's kind of adhered to this standard globally. If people had money that was shaped in like blocks or cubes or whatever that you couldn't fit in your wallet, you'd be so frustrated. Even if it worked in that place, you'd want something that works everywhere. So NFTs are like that. They're able to have this kind of standard that works everywhere. Every website can read it easily. Every application can build on it easily. And so the idea is if we have some sort of really valuable use case for a marginalized community member that interacts with this NFT standard on Near, then Near will be valuable for these marginalized communities. So NFT is nothing important, actually. But if we can build on an NFT, then we can find use cases for Near. And so I think that one of the main use cases for, anything, well, not anything, but like one of the main use cases for trying to support marginalized community members is either generalized support, obviously, where it's just like, hey, here is, $20 gift card to this supermarket, where, someone goes to this general store, burns the NFT, and is able to take $20 worth of stuff. That would be super useful for lots of people, and it's more just generalized support where someone can just go do that. Or like kind of specific support. And in my opinion, I see that as kind of like coupons for like a tent. So you work with an equipment store and you say, hey, I will pre-buy 10 tents, okay? If someone comes in with this coupon and they actually click this burn button, okay, and you see them burn it, they have to be able to know some kind of like how to use the user interface. But if they can do that, then sure, they can get the tent, and that's kind of more specific support. I mean, maybe you don't want to give someone $500 or $1,000 to go crazy at an equipment store, right? Who knows what they'll come out with? I mean, and I do kind of believe with giving people the liberty to get what they want and do what they want, but it might give them more of an incentive to just sell the gift card or whatever. But if it was specifically for the tent, maybe you'd get more turnover for people actually getting tents. Who knows? I guess we'll see. And that's kind of why I like building on a public blockchain, because anyone can see the data and anyone can kind of dig into what's done. And that kind of goes back to the, how do we track and measure support being provided? So the Marmaj Foundation, to connect locals to Web3. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure the audio was working. I get kind of anal about that kind of stuff sometimes. So I'm afraid of losing videos and losing audio. It happens. The Marmaj DAO members who are participating in the Hacker House will be connected with Webby local communities by passing out Marmaj trading cards to the places we visit, such as downtown Lisbon and various beaches in Sintra, across the ferry, and more. So, since this, we still have the Marmaj trading cards, and actually I'm realizing now we have to update this link because we actually, do have a link to the trading cards. We do want to share the link now, in my opinion, because the trading cards are becoming more of an idea than an actual physical thing. So for example, instead of it being, so actually I can just show marmaj.org/marmaj cards. Perfect. So this is the Marmaj cards. If you come to this link, you'll be able to collect a marmaj-chan NFT. Satori is broken. And so now you cannot create a wallet anymore. You can only connect a wallet. So not sure how useful this is for onboarding newcomers to Web3 anymore. But you can still get an NFT. So there's that. I'm going to go back to this page. So the idea is that we were gonna have. I mean, they already exist actually. So this page can actually be updated quite a bit. But the idea is we have the marmaj mint-based store, right? Oh, sorry, it's the wrong store here. Marmaj Chan. So we have the Marmaj Chan mint-based store. And the idea is anyone who owns an NFT from the Marmaj Chan mint-based store, like a can of beer, for example, you buy a Marmaj beer that is so cool. I think we're in the Marmaj DAO. Might have to buy that one next time. So anyone who buys an NFT from the Marmaj Chan mint-based store will be considered a Marmaj Foundation member. High level. That's kind of high level. You know, eventually we'll have the charter and everything else written out. And sorry, I don't want to say anyone who buys, right? Because the idea is anyone who owns or collects. These could be distributed for free at events, for example, in-person events, or at the Hacker House. For example, the Marmaj DAO will collect these NFTs and distribute them to people that come to events and stuff like that. So it's not all about purchasing them and whatever. But if they are purchased, funding does go to the DAO and does go to the artist and yada, yada, yada. Like if you look at this beer, for example, there is like split royalties to different people. I think there's supposed to be one extra person. Oh no, on a split sale. Split revenue is supposed to be, yeah, there you go, 3 accounts. Perfect. It's pretty cool how you can kind of see like the royalties and the revenue and all how it's split and everything like that. But anyways, the idea is there's a Marmaj cards onboarding flow. The idea is supposed to be, or was supposed to be, you give someone a packet of cards, like a Pokemon packet of cards. They opened it up and they got a few cards of different Marmaj Chans, different and so you can see different Marmaj Chan ideas here, right? There's some different models and styles and poses. So you can see how there could be different Marmaj Chan NFTs like this in the physical pack of cards, right? There's also a link drop in there. So yes, of course, we can still put a link drop in the cards pack, which would give them the wallet, which would be the step 1, right? To get the 8.1 near, and then you'd be able to claim the NFTs. So this still works. From there, they'd be able to go to Mintbase, which again, will now take you to the Marmaj store, which actually, oops, this is the wrong link. So anyways, anyways. And so we're going to have more information about this. It'll all be kind of written out very clearly, hopefully, before NearCon. It's kind of the idea when all of this stuff should be ready to go. But the idea is we're going to give people these packs with an onboarding pack, right? But the things that have changed, I guess, I've done videos about this in the past, so the Marmaj cards. So what's changed since then is that we're hoping to have them be seed paper, for example. And so we're probably going to have to get local seed paper in each place that we go. So in Lisbon, we're going to get local seed paper because I'm assuming, and I mean, a lot of times this is arguably the case, you can't just ship a lot of seeds overseas. Now, when we're in Antigua, we hope to try and figure out how to ship seeds overseas and have no issues with all of that. We do have some seed paper we've been testing out in Canada here. It's been working relatively well, like it works. And so, yeah, that's the plan. The plan is to continue with the Marmaj cards. Right now you can still collect NFTs on this page and this NFT as well through an email verify, which is pretty cool. Different ways to use Satori. We're still going to have these packs at the Hacker House. We're still going to be giving them away. But hopefully the actual pack and the actual QR codes will be on seed paper. So we're going to have to figure that out probably with Tabea. But I know you've been busy. But Tabea, this week we'll talk about hopefully how, maybe how to get some seed paper. What I would like to have, it's just difficult. Like printing on seed paper is actually not that bad. Anyways, yeah, lots of stuff to think about, but I think we should just do seed paper with a QR code. You scan it, you go plant some flowers somewhere, and then you actually, and then like the other QR code just goes to, on the other side of the paper, the QR code just goes to the website, and you can just claim things here. I don't think we're trying to do as much of like showing things in person, like creating high quality photos to give out, which was the previous idea. The idea I think is to keep the art on the blockchain where it's easy to print and it's like free. We're not printing printing costs so much money, ink costs so much money. We're like destroying the environment half the time. Instead, we'll keep the art digital. And the physical will focus on the QR code for the link drop to get your account and the QR code to get to this page so you can learn about more. And then when you're done with the piece of paper, which is, seed paper from recycled materials, you can go plant something and, support, local bees or whatever. One of the seed papers we saw was to support bees. That one was in the States, though, and maybe, there's something that's globally allowed that can support, bee population or something like that. Would be kind of cool. Anyways, that's kind of the idea for the Hacker House. And you can discuss the Hacker House in Discord, apply to hack at NearCon. If you apply to hack at NearCon again, you get to go to HackCon for free. And again, if you submit a hack, you get your ticket or most of your ticket flight paid for. So it's probably relatively efficient if you're gonna hack. So yeah, that's how that goes. Hope to see you there. If you are there, hope to hack with you. And so this video actually is not supposed to be about NearCon. It's supposed to be about marmajcon. So I wanted to give a brief overview of NearCon and what's going on, what we're doing, just to kind of give an overview of what marmajcon is going to be or should be and where we're starting from. So where we're starting from is this Hacker House where we are going to get an Airbnb in Lisbon. We're going to have some core members of the marmaj community hacking together at how to go out into Lisbon, into Portugal, and help real people on Near through NFTs on Midbase. As we do that, as we go out into the community and spread love and positivity and, hack on things together, we're also gonna have, oh no, I think it's just beach. We're also gonna have online events in NearHub at the beach. And so this is actually something I will discuss with, it'd be really cool if they implemented wallet selector NearHub. Wallets. One second, sir. I feel as though, is there a timeline? I can't spell, so don't mind me. I feel as though it would provide, I can't spell, provide pretty. Okay, so this is a random account that I'm logged into, so I'm just going to log in just to make it clear what the Marmaj Beach is and what's going on. So the core team is going to be in Lisbon. We're going to have online events and the rest of the team kind of supporting from the virtual reality in the metaverse at the Marmaj Beach, so we can change our avatar. Newest. Okay. Okay. I get my avatar from here. Is it this one? Action figure. Oh no, this is not the one. Sorry. Action figure. Oh, it's one of the first ones. Wait. Oh, or is it on the Let's BB Creative store? Oh no, it's right here. Sorry. I don't know. Okay, 3D model. Will it show the link to the model? No, I have to. Here. I didn't mean to do that. I think I can just, oops, no! Copy link. I think I can just put the link in. Can't remember. Okay, yeah, sorry. You can just use the link. Block. Enter. Okay, and then just quickly. Oh, sorry, light bulb. There you go. Woohoo! Okay, let's. Okay. So some work to do still, but this is it. Regardless. Oh, how do you fly again? I always forget. G. There you go. Now I'm in the sky. Okay. I. There you go. Now you can see her shoes. I do wish they had like first person mode, right? Where you could like, or like third person mode, where you could see, walk from behind yourself, but that doesn't exist. Don't think. Let's check actually. Preferences. Disable audio. Disable microphone. Increase controls. Enable screen joystick. Joystick. Ooh. Looks fun. Nothing fun. I mean, that was fun. I think I could, yeah, sprint really fast now. Woo! Like normal speed and then super fast. But anyways, we'll have events here. There's screens all over. I can't edit them with this account, but with my other account, Chloe.near, I can edit the parcel here. And there's screens all over the parcel around the dock and everything up here. And we're going to have like different videos and highlight reels and all that kind of stuff up here. We're going to be testing this out this Sunday at our event. We have an event last Sunday of every month here at the marmaj.org/beach. Feel free to come join us. But yeah, so that's going to be the test for what marmajcon is going to be. So let's now talk about marmajcon. We've talked about this a little bit. I did a video about this a little bit before, and I'm just going to kind of go from there and expand and just talk about. Ugh, this is not the right one. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention whatsoever to the link I clicked. Why are you doing this to me? Do I really have to type in Antigua? There you go. So we are going to be trying to have our event, or most of the events, here at Canada Place. Potentially, okay? Now, the reason I'm going to expand beyond last video is that last video I kind of stopped here. Whereas I guess this time I'm just going to go beyond this and kind of just go a bit about like what else is going to be happening. Because I'll pause here because I've done a video about Canada Place quickly and like why we'd want to support it and like where it is and all that stuff, which is great. If you just Google Marmaj Foundation, you'll see in Antigua where the actual hacker house will be. And so generally we don't share the location of our hacker houses, but in Antigua, that I guess is not the case. So we will be hacking here. Okay. And the idea is that we want this marmajcon event yearly to be, you know, the largest event in Antigua, where we just bring people together to hack at the same kind of topics that we had here at the hackathon, right? Let's close some of these extra pages, right? So, you know, what is social good? Like, what kind of projects need our attention? But not just for ourselves, but for the entire island of Antigua, right? So it's less, again, than about just my, you know, instead of going just from myself and then as co-founders, myself and Bianca, and then moving into the entire marmaj community and how do we support NEAR, into how do we support the you know, the country and the community of Antigua and Barbuda more efficiently. So there's a lot of amazing organizations already doing amazing work in Antigua. So how do we support? So this is the Hacker House. And then expanding upon the Hacker House now is actually hosting the hackathon, right? Having our own challenges, having our own you know, questions that we pose to the community. And we've done this in the past, and I've kind of talked about how, you know, multi-call, you know, came from one of our previous open challenges that we had in the marmaj community, and it saved my old thing. This is wild. This is not, yeah, this is just like random stuff, and it just saved it in my browser. Anyways, this team's doing an amazing job. We're expanding constantly, and we want to see how can we continue to support teams to build useful products in the NEAR ecosystem. Again, leverage NEAR technology for social good, you know, building out a useful tech for people to use and build upon. But all, you know, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the goal. And so we're doing it in Antigua. We're, you know, Canada Place. So if you want to kind of, you know, let's get out of here and let's look at maybe directions, right? Canada Place. It's quite the distance, right? So it's, you know, middle of the island is the Marmaj Foundation. Canada Place is kind of a little closer to the beach. And we're actually looking at a property. Where is the property? It's up by Dickinson's Bay. The property's up by here. To hopefully, I guess, get for the Marmaj Foundation or Marmaj Labs in Antigua. Whole different situation, whole different thing. We'll see how God blesses us for that one, or how the bull market eventually may bless us for that one. Anyways, for now, this is the idea. But as you can see, that's pretty far. And our main goal is to kind of always to build upon what we've done in the past. And so, you know, building upon the Hacker House, the plan is to make sure that we're around here. And so there's other places, as you can see, to have these things. So it'll be over winter holiday, right? And so, for example, we're closer to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, which is great for conferences and events. And that might be more efficient than going all the way out to Canada Place. Also, again, there's like schools nearby and whatnot. But I think Sir Vivian Richards is closer to, again, crabs. And you get some like lower key water. Like, not so expensive and touristy, I guess. We'll see. But yeah, so that is kind of the idea. And so Bianca and I will be going out to Antigua early October and kind of figuring out what makes more sense, the prices of each thing, you know, what makes more sense for the Marmaj Foundation and supporting the local community. Everyone knows how to get to the stadium, like Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Grounds. So that is always an efficient place, to be fair, if you're not going to have it in town. But then at the same time, Canada Place is in town. And Upper Gambles, everyone can get to. And yeah, so but Canada Place might be better for next year and future years as we build. For now, though, as a kind of smaller event, it might make more sense to kind of stick more local, kind of stick with maybe the grounds or kind of a local school or local church for the event. A local church would actually probably be great as well. There's churches everywhere in the area generally, and also there is like an apartment right behind us in the place. But anyways, the kind of things we want to hack on in Antigua have a lot to do with, I guess, how the local population interacts with crypto. Not just crypto as like a currency, but just cryptography in general. So, like cryptocurrencies, cryptography, all of that is legal in Antigua under like the digital assets license. So I think like digital assets license Antigua. I don't know. Yeah, digital assets bill 2020. I'm not going to go through all whatever pages of this, right? Lots and lots of pages. I've read, I guess, all of it. Yeah. Let's see. There might actually be a part that I can read. That was actually pretty cool. This might be reasonable. Here, for purposes of this act and subject to Section 7, a person carries on a digital asset business. So what they're saying is, you need to follow the rules of this bill, right? And be subject to all of the things if it is incorporated or formed in Antigua and carries on any digital asset activities set out under Section 2, or it is incorporated or formed outside of Antigua. And okay, so basically, I love it, right? It basically says, you know, you need to do it whatever. And here you go. And the minister can like the act should not apply entity. So yeah, I love this part. This act, so this is like the really fun part for Antigua. I'm not even going to go into too much stuff, but this act should not apply to any entity owned by the Antigua Bermudian government. So if the Antigua like buys an exchange or whatever, totally fine. They can do whatever they want. I should have read this more often. Okay, not carrying on to Antigua carrying. Yeah, so basically the minister can do whatever they want. They can basically make a decision saying whatever you're doing is a business or not a business. I'm trying to okay, I might not be able to find it, but I'm trying to find the part where it says the commission may from 99 conduct surveys to determine the effect on persons licensed, person with a business with a licensed person. Oh gosh, they can do whatever they want and survey whatever they want. Restrictions. Ugh. Okay. I don't think I can find it. There's a spot that says pretty much as an individual. Basically, if you want to be a business that interacts with crypto in Antigua, there's all these rules to follow, and you can actually do it, which is awesome. So as we start businesses and do all of this, there's ways to go through it, okay? I've read it. It's too much to like go through in a stream that I'm trying to do like 15 minutes of. And there's a spot that says if you're just an individual interacting with crypto, sorry, that's going to be loud, maybe. If you're an individual interacting with crypto, you don't have to really adhere to much of what's here. And then, of course, there's a stipulation saying that the minister can like look into what you're doing and decide that what you're doing is a business, so that it is. I mean, in no way am I saying, oh, go be a business and call yourself an individual and then not do what you're supposed to do. No, what I'm saying is, individuals who want to interact with businesses in Antigua should be able to, according to this wonderful bill, okay? Without having to, like, you know, register things and apply for licenses and all of that. But if you are conducting business You have to apply for the bill, and there is a route to do that. And so if we have a hackathon where we have local businesses spin out that are built on crypto, we can support those businesses and actually build useful products locally and get people hired locally, and yeah, pay whatever taxes locally and whatever else needs to get done. So that's the plan for the marmajcon. And it was a long-winded video to get there, and like most of the reason is a lot of this isn't on like a pretty screen yet. Usually where all of this comes is like, there's lots of tabs and lots of discussions and lots of meetings. And then eventually it becomes a nice pretty page that Bianca puts together to kind of display what it looks like. But the main idea is to kind of just go here and hack on what ideas can be kind of like near multi-call and become businesses that can receive grants in the ecosystem to build and hire more people and grow, and support a global community, right? But be built locally in Antigua. And because of this digital assets business bill, sorry, I keep calling it license bill. Digital assets business bill, wow. Because of this, hopefully, anyways, we'll see how it goes with the first business we try this with, or I guess with ourselves, right? Potentially, if the Marmaj Labs or whatever is the first business we try this with, because I mean, at the beginning we're just marmajcon is just Bianca and I going and trying to just love on the local community, to be fair, and inviting people to come out and join us. And yes, for the month of October, we're going to be setting up our business locally, but we're not necessarily interacting with crypto through that business yet. And then through the rest of the year, we're probably going to have to go through this wonderful digital asset business procedure and try and figure out there's different types of licensing and different processes of what you want to do. We don't really want to deal with much of like the exchange stuff and money use stuff yet or whatever. We kind of want to deal with research, running nodes, being able to build that on DAOs and stuff like that. So we want to just make sure we're doing that legally and there's no issues there. So the idea is we will, be in Antigua for a week at least, hacking away at what type of, how do we get this business started for Marmaj Labs? How do we build out more businesses to surround us? And kind of inviting the global Marmaj community to come out to Antigua with us and join us at hacking on these ideas. And hopefully, after a few months, we'll have some UIs and some products to show for it. And these products will start to, go back to support the Marmaj DAO, right? I mean, oh, you know what? It should be right here, DAO. So yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, the idea is we have the Marmaj DAO. And all of these things we do should hopefully come back to support the Marmaj DAO. So whether it's, crypto heroes and GameFi, whether it's like the research DAO and kind of experimenting in the tech and nodes and all of that stuff, whether it's a conference that we have once a year where we educate ourselves, educate each other, and hack at solving challenges to, support or to leverage leverage Web3 for social good in Antigua. And then obviously the idea is, how does that support globally? So we're not just looking at how do we create stuff like this, like multi-call that supports the entire NEAR ecosystem, but also how do we support the island specifically? So how do we potentially look at saving the mangroves? How do we potentially look at, looking at the McKinnon's Pond and keeping that healthy? How do we look at like the fisheries or the dredging in Barbuda, which is up there, by the way, a little farther. So lots of different things, or lots of the stray dog population, the cleaning up the beaches, like all these different various things we want to kind of try and support. But how do we use Web3 to support that? And so from my standpoint, having things built on a public blockchain, if it's cheap enough, allows for efficient research to be done because you have public data sets. And that to me is the biggest benefit. Other people will have other benefits, and hopefully we'll keep figuring this out and refining it over the time period. So yeah, I mean that's about as much as we have so far, and like the reasoning behind it, like why are we building in Antigua? I'm also a citizen of Antigua, you know, whatever. Also, you know, Antigua has citizenship by investment, so you can like invest in an Antiguan business and become Antiguan, and then start a business. Like, yeah, there's lots of different cool things that are possible through all of this, and so we're kind of hoping just to start doing it and just do it once a year, every year, to keep us accountable, so that we don't just stop doing it. And if all we do is have this conference every year, then we'll at least have, you know, done something. And if every year we come up with one product as useful as multi-call, that is amazing, and I'll be ecstatic about that. So I know that was kind of long-winded, and let's see how long that was. That was 40 minutes. I've gone much longer. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video there. I mean, that was a pretty big overview of, like, you know, what's happening at NearCon, what's marmaj doing at like the Hacker House, you know, what have we been kind of doing to support ecosystem projects building previously a little bit, and kind of why we're hoping to kind of have a conference hackathon in Antigua conference to educate ourselves and educate the local community. Hackathon, so we can actually build some solutions to support that local community. And again, eventually it would be great to be a Canada Place. We're looking at getting a property in Dickinson's Bay area up here. So again, in the future, this would be kind of an amazing kind of plan where every year we'd have the conference at Canada Place. We'd have the like the Hacker House kind of hackathon here. But this year, it seems to me like we'll probably have the Hacker House kind of more in the middle of the island, and then the hackathon maybe at a school nearby, or maybe at the Vivian Richards Stadium ground, because you know, just be more efficient. So actually, the drive from the marmaj Foundation, currently where it stands, to the stadium is not that close. You have to go like. You can't really go. I mean, I guess, yeah, you can go through here. Actually, I lied. Sorry. It is really close. I am having a rough morning. It's not even morning. It's afternoon. Sorry. It's very close. I guess I kind of meant like, oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah, you can't take this. Which way is this? How do you twist the map? I can't even remember. Yeah, you can't go that way. Yeah, you can't go this way. You can't go this way. You have to go... Anyways, yeah. I can't remember. This isn't correct. Either way, it's not that far. Not as far as 17 minutes. Much closer. And we could even walk. I would honestly have us just like rent scooters or walk or something. But yeah, hopefully that was... It was helpful for me. And hopefully helpful for the marmaj community to kind of figure out what's going on. Rebecca, if you watch this, hopefully it's helpful to get an idea at least of what's going on. So yeah, hopefully everyone will fly into the stadium. The Hacker House will be here. There is an apartment right behind the Hacker House. The Hacker House will be here. There's an apartment right behind it. 4.7 stars, only 3 reviews. I've never stayed there. Don't know the people, but when I called them and they were on vacation, and I called them saying I needed their Wi-Fi because I was stuck there quarantining without any Wi-Fi, they called back a few weeks later, and I appreciated that. Yeah, people could stay there if they'd like. And yeah, that's kind of what's happening. We're gonna do that yearly, and yeah, bye.